What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hardcore Fab channel, and that is correct. We are joining Rat Rod Magazine for the Rat Rod Tour, where we drive across Nebraska, and we are going to end up in Langley, Illinois at Rat Stock. Unfortunately, our work schedule did not allow us to do the very first leg of the tour, but we are meeting up with everybody just 4 hours north of our house at Lincoln, Nebraska, where we will join the rest of the crew and drive the rest of the way in hookers and blow to Langley, Illinois. So please stick around and enjoy this epic, record-breaking road trip.
Gonna winch the rest of the way?
Yep.
Because you can't get the door open when it's on the trailer far enough to get out?
Yep, unless you're gonna drive it on.
I can't drive and video at the same time.
I can video if you can drive.
I'm not sure I can get out either. Not very easily, anyway. That's all we get. All gassed up and ready to rock and roll.
Gassing it up. 50 cents off a gallon. I'm pretty happy about that.
Nice.
All right, so real life drama here. Julie is putting the truck back together real quick because when we went to leave after getting fuel, every time I turned the steering wheel, the brake pedal would start to push and would lock up the brakes and we could not go. So we was luckily really still pretty close to the shop, and we kind of creeped it back over here to the shop and went ahead and had to go buy a new brake booster to put on this thing. Not sure exactly what happened to the other one because it had been working for a couple days after we rebuilt it, but yeah, something went bad and now here we are. And Julie is fighting with that last little clip to be able to hook the brake pedal up to the little rod that pushes on the booster, and we'll be out of here again. You get it?
Finally. I hate that damn clip. Ah! So, a little later than we wanted to be, but we can be on the road again.
We're only about an hour. That wasn't too bad.
We are finally on the way.
Finally. So far, what, we've made like an hour and a half away from the house or something like that?
Yeah, I think we're just north of Salina on our way to Nebraska.
And everything is still trying to keep us here. So yeah, after we got the brakes all fixed, we've had some dillweed in a Buick SUV try to run us off the road and wipe out the front fender of the truck. And a little baby Bambi in the middle of the day tried to run right out in front of us, and we had to jack on the brakes.
Ran across this way and then again that way, and we're like, ah, little baby one.
But we're still trying to get out of Kansas, so we're well on our way, I guess. You ought to flip this camera around and show everybody all the smoke. Oh yeah, hookers and blow back there.
Hookers and blow is back there.
All of our junk in the back seat.
You can kind of see the haze through the back window even. It's super hazy out there. I think they're saying there's smoke from the Canada fires, I guess, or something. It's really bad, and it's just really strange that it would be all the way down here in Kansas. So from there on, everything's seemingly going great until we got to our first stop for fuel. At that point is when I walked around the trailer checking everything, and I found out that the tailgate was about to fall off hookers and blow. Now, I did do a nut and bolt check on this truck before we left, especially since we're going to be driving it for so long, and the big tires on the back bouncing a lot, going up and down the road. But we got a bolt found, we stuck it back into the tailgate, and we're ready to truck on down the road. We got all the way up to Lincoln, Nebraska without any issues after that, where we got checked into our hotel and unloaded hookers and blow real quick so we could jump on the road and go out and meet everyone else that's already up in the area.
the compressor on the ground, turns the wheel, turns the compressor, pumps air up into the roll cage. So I'm using the roll cage for an air tank.
Oh, so the whole
roll cage has an air tank.
Is that DOM?
Sure is.
In the cage itself.
And it drops into that tank. Goes to 2 separate regulators, one for the front, one for the rear. Come down to those 2 valves. I can either add air or dump air to the bags from those 2 valves right there. And those 2 valves pass through these 4 valves under the seat that are all linked up to the park brake lever.
Oh, and that lifts all the suspension together.
Yeah.
Yeah, the superchargers are stock.
All the switches in it.
I mean, it has
Yeah, do those do things? Oh my gosh. Headlights. And yeah, it really does. I can't even hear that it's running with everything going on.
1271.
And so that's the fuel tank. How long does this take to build?
10 years.
Is that right? Okay, and you are?
I'm Mike.
Mike? I'm Julie Bronner. It's very nice to meet you.
Really nice to meet you.
This is beautiful.
What a fun show. There was an amazing group of cars there, and I can't wait for the morning because there's supposedly more cars joining us first thing as we hit the road. The next morning we had a quick driver's meeting, and then everybody started lining up to hit the road. Julie was driving a chase truck pulling a trailer. She went ahead of everyone and pulled off on the side of the road and got us a sweet video of everybody driving by. Of course, every gas stop turned into a car show, and it seems like every stop we also ended up getting more people joining in. I can't even begin to tell you guys how awesome it was to be part of such an amazing group. And Julie got to be the hero and make a new friend when one of our fellow rat rodders had a little bit of brake problems, and she hauled him to the next town to be able to get some parts and fix what he needed to fix. The final stop of the day was Warehouse Barbecue in Ottawa, Iowa, where we had some amazing barbecue and a great show. as we leave the truck stop, it is without a doubt at this point that a world record has been set. The Rat Rod Tour of 2023 is, without a doubt, the largest caravan of rat rods to have ever rolled down the highway. By the time it was all said and done, we ended up stretching out for almost 3 miles. And that brings us to our final stop, the Psycho Silo Saloon. And what a fitting place it is for the final stop. This place is awesome. It is decorated to the max and has got a really cool vibe to it. The people who own it went above and beyond to be able to make it a great place for us to stop for this trip. And if you're in the area, I highly recommend you guys come by and check it out. Before I go, I want to give a big shout out to Jerry, Tracy, and Nobody with Rat Rod Magazine, and all the others that stepped up to make this trip just a wonderful, amazing, awesome trip. Thank you guys so much for everything you did, and it is definitely an experience of a lifetime that I will never forget. It was also awesome to have so many of you guys that watched the channel come out and meet Julie and I along the road trip and also out at Ratstock. And speaking of Ratstock, that is going to be our next video, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be up as soon as we get it edited.